Did you know? Your eyes, those tiny orbs in your skull, have the power to distinguish between an astounding 10 million different colors. It's a staggering fact, isn't it? This incredible ability allows us to appreciate the world in all its vibrant hues and subtle shades. This color perception, however, isn't the same for all of us. It varies from person to person. Some of us may see a shade of blue slightly differently from others. The reason behind this lies in the complex structure of our eyes and the millions of cone cells they house. These cone cells are the unsung heroes behind our ability to perceive colors. They are sensitive to different wavelengths of light, and it's their combined efforts that allow us to see the world in such a wide palette of colors. Isn't that something? But how did we come to understand this amazing ability of the human eye? Let's delve into history. Our journey begins in ancient Greece, where philosophers like Plato and Aristotle first pondered the nature of light and color. In their quest to understand the world, these early thinkers proposed that we perceive colors through a mixture of light and darkness, a theory that would hold sway for many centuries. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and the perspective on color perception began to shift. Scholars of the era, deeply influenced by religious beliefs, saw color as an interplay between light, symbolizing goodness, and darkness, representing evil. This moral interpretation of color, while far from our modern understanding, nevertheless represents a significant step in the evolution of color theory. As we move into the era of the scientific revolution, a new understanding of color starts to take shape. The idea that color exists independently of any observer begins to fade, replaced by the notion that color is a property of the light itself. This shift culminates in the development of the wave theory of light in the 17th century. The wave theory suggests that different colors are simply light waves of different lengths. This concept is a radical departure from previous theories, and it fundamentally changes our understanding of color. For the first time, color is seen not as a moral or metaphysical property, but as a physical one. It's a major leap forward, but it still doesn't explain how our eyes actually perceive these different colors. The wave theory of light lays the groundwork for future scientific discoveries, but it's still missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. How do our eyes translate these different light waves into the vast array of colors we see every day? And then came a man named Thomas Young, who would revolutionize our understanding of color perception. In the early 19th century, Thomas Young proposed the trichromatic theory of color vision. This theory was a groundbreaking idea in the world of science, suggesting that our eyes perceive color through the response levels of three types of receptors, or cones, in our eyes. Young was an English polymath who dabbled in many areas of science and arts. His interests ranged from music to medicine, but it was his foray into the world of optics that left a lasting impact. He proposed that our eyes have three types of cones, each sensitive to a different range of wavelengths corresponding to red, green, and blue. According to Young, these three types of cones work together to allow us to perceive the full spectrum of colors. Just imagine it like this. You're an artist, and you have three primary colors on your palette: red, green, and blue. You can mix these colors in various proportions to create any color you want. It's the same with your eyes. Depending on the light that hits your eyes, different types of cones get activated to different extents, sending unique signals to your brain, which then interprets these signals as various colors. But Young's theory didn't stand alone for long. Later in the 19th century, German physician Hermann von Helmholtz expanded upon Young's theory. Helmholtz conducted experiments that further supported the trichromatic theory, providing empirical evidence that our eyes do indeed have three types of cones sensitive to three different color spectrums. However, as revolutionary as the trichromatic theory was, it didn't explain everything about our color perception. For example, it couldn't account for why some people experience color blindness, or why certain colors, when combined, can cancel each other out and appear as gray. So, while the trichromatic theory set the foundation for our understanding of color perception, it was just a piece of the puzzle. This theory was a significant step forward, but it did not explain everything about our color perception. Enter Ewald Hering, a German physiologist who proposed the opponent process theory in the late 19th century. As intriguing as it sounds, This theory took our understanding of color perception a step further than Thomas Young's trichromatic theory. So what's this opponent process theory all about? Well, in simple terms, Haring proposed that our perception of color is controlled by three opposing pairs: red versus green, blue versus yellow, and black versus white. These pairs are thought to work in opposition to each other. This means when one color in the pair is stimulated, the other is inhibited. Intriguing, isn't it? Now, you might be wondering, why opposing pairs? What's the logic behind it? The answer lies in how our eyes react to afterimages and simultaneous color contrast, phenomena that couldn't be explained by the trichromatic theory alone. Have you ever stared at a brightly colored image for a while, then looked at a white surface and seen a ghostly afterimage in contrasting colors? That's the opponent process theory at work. Let's take an example. If you stare at a red image for a long time and then look at a white surface, you'll see a green afterimage. This happens because the red-green pair works in opposition. When you stare at red, the red pathway becomes tired or fatigued, causing the green pathway to become more active and produce a green afterimage. The same principle applies to simultaneous color contrast. This is when surrounding colors influence our perception of a particular color. For instance, a gray object might appear more yellowish when surrounded by blue, because blue inhibits the perception of its opponent color, yellow. So, the opponent process theory, along with the trichromatic theory, forms the backbone of our understanding of color perception. These theories, while seemingly complex, are the reason we can appreciate a brilliant sunset, a lush green forest, or a vibrant piece of art. Together, the trichromatic and opponent process theories help us understand how we perceive such a wide array of colors. Now that we understand the science behind it, it's time to marvel at your own eyes' abilities. Our eyes, these intricate organs, allow us to perceive the world in vivid, living color. Each of us possesses an astonishing ability to distinguish between approximately 10 million different colors, thanks to the millions of cone cells in our eyes. Isn't that amazing? If you're curious to explore this further, consider online color perception tests or optical illusion experiments. These tools not only provide a fun diversion, but also a fascinating insight into your personal color perception. You might just be surprised at the subtle nuances your eyes can detect. So let's take a moment to appreciate the wonder of our eyes, the complexity of color perception, and the vibrant world it allows us to experience. Next time you gaze at a colorful scene, remember the remarkable machinery at work behind your eyes. Until then, keep exploring the wonders of the world around you.